We got HYROX Atlanta, big 2-day event with big names in attendance. We've got the final 3 qualifying spots for Elite 15, and we've got HYROX London coming up next weekend for Elite 15 doubles. My name is Dave, and this is the Hybrid Lowdown. Let's start with HYROX Atlanta, and let's start with the ladies. We've got, for women's pro, 138 women showed up to compete. We've got Alondra Greenlee in first place, 104.07, followed by second place, Rachel Legacy, 105.35, and about 30 seconds behind her, coming in on Sunday, Tara Jackson with a 106.04. Some other big names you might recognize. We've got 7th place, Kathia Rambach, 8th place, Brooklyn Nichols, 9th place, Janelle Teal, 11th place, Stephanie Hillman, 13th place, Heather White, 22nd place, Michelle Navarro. Moving on to the men, 272 men finished the race at HYROX Atlanta. We have James Kelly from Australia in first place, 55.30, dominating performance, winning by over 2 minutes. We've got a household name, Colin Stiefer, in second place, 57.46. And then Grady Jackson at 59.08, rounding out the podium. A few of the other names you might be curious about. We've got 4th place, Keith Hardwick, 5th place, Jack Driscoll, 6th place, Hayden Warner, 7th place, Jesse Bruce, and coming in 45th place, we have Gui Malheiros. Now, I mentioned Gui because he is a multiple times CrossFit Games athlete. This is his second pro HYROX event. He improved from his HYROX Miami last weekend at a 1:15.11, and in Atlanta this weekend, he ran a 1:10.59. So congratulations to Gui. Also worth noting, and just missing out on the podium in the men's pro doubles in Atlanta, we've got Travis Mayer and his teammate Matt Gilpin. These guys are 2 longtime CrossFit athletes. Travis has been to the CrossFit Games numerous times, and they both train out of Training Think Tank out of Atlanta. They got 4th place in men's pro doubles with a time of 58.13. And you can't talk about HYROX Atlanta without talking about Tia Claire Toomey. She's been taking HYROX by storm over the last several months. Just recently qualified at HYROX Houston with Joanna Wettrick for the Women's Pro Doubles Elite 15 Championship. She's raced with James Newbury now in mixed doubles 3 times. They raced twice in Australia earlier this season. They ran a 55.48, then they ran a 54.11. And this past weekend in Atlanta, Tia and James improved their time once again and ran a 53.22 to take the top spot in mixed doubles. All right, now it's time to talk about HYROX Barcelona, the last chance qualifier. There are 3 spots left for the men and the women in the Elite 15, and they go to the top 3 men and top 3 women in the pro divisions at HYROX Barcelona. The women's field was stacked, and we actually had an awesome race. If you guys are curious, check it out on HYROX's YouTube channel. They've posted basically a delayed live stream with commentary and highlights of the entire race for both the women and the men. On the women's side, what an amazing race. We had Emily Dahmen from the Netherlands, took the top spot in a time of 1:01.10. Emily's only been racing since October of this past year. This was only her 3rd pro race in less than a year of racing HYROX. So shocked everybody, I think. Nobody had her on the bingo card for taking that top spot. But congrats to Emily. They've got a post-race interview on HYROX's YouTube, and she's just can't believe herself that she actually pulled that off. So really excited to see a new face there in the Elite 15. We've got Shanae Bent from the UK coming in second with a time of 1:02.13. Shanae is a well-known name. She was a former world record holder for the women's open division. However, this was her only her 3rd pro race that she's ever done. She's improved her time each and every time she's raced pro. She went from a 1:09 to a 1:04.52, and now in this race running a 1:02.13. So she's getting better and better and better. Hopefully she can ride that right into the Elite 15. And in 3rd place, we actually have Melanie Maurer from Switzerland. Now, Melanie actually beat out Kris Rugloski, who came in 3rd in the first heat that had most of the women with the top time so far this season. But Melanie started 30 minutes after in a different wave and beat out Kris by 4 seconds. So Kris finished 3rd in that heat, thought she was going to go to the Elite 15. However, she got beat out by Melanie from a later heat. Melanie's time was 103.20 and Kris was 103.24. So I'm heartbroken for Kris because she's such an amazing person and she just deserves it. And she's always smiling and has so much fun out there. But I'm also excited to see new faces and some names that we haven't heard of before and people that have hardly been racing HYROX for not even a year. So really excited to see those new faces show up at the Elite 15 this year. Some of the other big names, where did they finish? Like I said, Kris Rugloski in 4th place. 5th place, we've got Margot van den Lindenloof. 6th place, Tanja Stroosnijder. 8th place, Camilla Massa. 9th place, Lena Putters. 10th place, Zara Perigiani. 11th place, Jade Skillen. 12th place, Viola Oberlander. 13th place, Manuela Garcia. 20th place, Maria Fetchik. 21st, Alice Schurer. 25th, Simone Feld. And in 29th, Jana Liebenstedt. Moving over to the men's side, taking the first spot at HYROX Barcelona is Tom Rogers from Australia. Tom's been gradually improving his times ever since his first race in Hong Kong in 2023. He ran a 103.54. He's been shaving minutes off every race since then, and he took another 2 minutes off his previous PR of 58.18, finished in 56.05. Tom is actually also qualified with Chris Woolley for Elite 15 Pro Doubles. They did that in Melbourne earlier this season. So Tom is racing in both Elite 15 races at World Championships this year. In 2nd place from the Netherlands, Hid Versma. Not a name that a lot of people probably had on the radar, but he's no stranger to HYROX. He's raced 35 times over the last 3.5 years. So he's got the race down. He was actually part of Team Netherlands in the Elite Team Relay at HYROX World Championships last year. He finished in 2nd place in a time of 56.33. And in 3rd place, John Wynn from Australia. John is a name that a lot of people know. He's been racing in the Elite 15 over the last couple of years. He's put in so much work. He's raced a ton of times. He just hasn't quite been able to put it all together and punch his ticket. He was sick when he was supposed to race earlier this year in an Elite 15 race, but finally put it together, had a great race, finished in the 3rd spot, took that final qualifying spot in a time of 57.14. So we're really excited to see John in Chicago at World Champs this year. And I told you we'd briefly mention HYROX London coming up this weekend. HYROX London's important because for the Elite 15 Pro Doubles, there are 3 spots left for the men Pro Doubles, 3 spots left for the women Pro Doubles, and they go to the top 3 finishers at HYROX London. Now, we don't have the official start list yet, so keep an eye out for that. We'll post another update. We're going to send out an email newsletter a little bit before the weekend comes up and let you guys know all the big names that are racing and who to watch for that race. We do know that Meg and Camilla were supposed to race earlier this year, actually last weekend. Meg got sick. They weren't able to race, and so they are taking to the stage in London this weekend to try to qualify for the women's Pro Doubles. Hard to believe there's a team out there that would be favored other than those two, but can't wait to see the other big names that hopefully will push them and be right up there near the front. Hopefully we'll have another awesome race, but stay tuned. We'll put more in the description where you can sign up and find out more about HYROX London. The other big HYROX news that we'll mention is that HYROX just recently announced the 20 teams and 20 countries that are going to be represented for the Elite Mixed Relay Invitational. That debuted last year at World Champs. It's coming back again this year. There are 20 countries. Each country has one team captain. That person will then pick 3 other people from their country who they believe is going to comprise the best HYROX relay team, and we'll get to see them in action. We'll cover that a little bit more once we get close to World Championships, but I'll put another link in the description if you want to just click over and see who those 20 countries are, who got left off of that list, who raced last year but is not coming back this year, and then some of the newer names and newer countries that did not race last year that get a chance to do it this year. So check out that link in the description. Thanks for following along. Look for another update later this week. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll catch you in the next episode.